Hello again. So today is the day about reading. So I tried to master those tones and I tried to master pinyin. And I also remember the word li, which is a raccoon because I love raccoons. And it turns out li is also pear, which is a little bit confusing. They are written in different symbols, but they read the same. So it's really, really confusing, but it's okay. I also remember the word 苹果, which is apple. But I didn't start memorizing yet because right now I'm just preparing the words. So I'm preparing the words I'm learning. So now I have a list about 150 nouns. So I started with fruits, vegetables, animals, things in the kitchen, and food. Because those are very visual. Those, like, say, when you say plate, you can imagine a plate, or when you say cup, you can imagine a cup. So I'm starting with those words because those will be easy to memorize. So over the next couple of days, I'll continue reading, learning how to read, master the tones. And I will also be I'll be also collecting those nouns because I need about like 600 to 1,000 nouns for me to actually start memorizing. Because I think over the weekend, I'll just take 6, 7 hours nonstop and I'll be memorizing those nouns. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take each noun and see how can I do phonetic coding. For example, apple, 苹果, I think, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It sounds like penguin a little bit, right? So I'm going to connect apple and penguin as an images together using mnemotechnics, using mnemonics. And I'm going to develop a special way of memorizing the tones. At first, I assumed that each word only has one tone, like pretty much in Thai, but it turns out it's not. So I probably need to rethink the way I'm going to code the tones. Because when I was learning Vietnamese, in Vietnamese there are, if I'm not wrong, 5 tones. So the ascending tone I coded like as green or spring. Then the second one I coded as summer. The falling one I coded as autumn or yellow. And then the double falling one, the same as in Chinese, I coded as winter or as dead. Like I would imagine that the object that I'm imagining is dead or rotten or something. So here it's going to be a little bit different because I think I'll need to remember not just a single tone, but maybe 2 tones, how they work in each word. So I'll think how it's going to work. But for now, I'm just going to keep collecting those nouns because for me, to be able to memorize the words like every day, I need to get that skill going for Chinese specifically because each language, it has its own, how you call it, like collection of sounds, I would say. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but it's like the way that the things are working, not really collection of sounds. Um, but it's like, it's not even like the language music. I'm not really sure how to call it, but it's like each language sounds differently and they use different syllables and different ways to connect nouns, not nouns, different ways to connect consonants to vowels. And they have like those different little units of information, like how you pronounce it. So it's different for each language. So to be able like to get the skill of memorizing specifically Chinese words, I need to get that skill going. So for that, I need at least 600 words and better if it's 1,000, because over the weekend, I'm just going to sit and match each Chinese word with something that sounds similar for me, like in English, Russian, Thai, or Spanish, the 4 other languages that I speak. It's going to be lots of fun. So today I spent about an hour and a half trying to read, but pretty much it was just collecting those words because it turned out that the dictionary that I chose, for some reason, it was not the pinyin. It was not showing properly the tones. I'm not sure why, because I'm looking at Google Translate and I'm listening how the Google Translate pronounces the words. I can see that it's different. So, and I tend to trust Google Translate rather than the dictionary. So I'm going to build my dictionary from scratch, and this is what's gonna take a lot of time, but it's gonna work. So this is the plan. So today an hour and a half spent, and I learned how to read. Okay, let me show you. I'll practice a little bit. Okay, so apple, 苹果, watermelon, 西瓜, grape, 葡萄, peach, 桃子, peach, 桃子, pear, 梨, banana, 香蕉, I think, cherry, 樱桃. Well, I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing real good. Okay, I'm a good girl. So anyway, bear with me, and I'll see you tomorrow at about the same time and update you on my progress. Okay, so for now, I just keep reading. Thank you.